Hello there, welcome to PvP. Today we're doing Dan Plays Kerbal Space Program. Now, this is something I've had for a couple of months now, and it is something that I do usually get quite frustrated with, mainly for the fact that I'm, believe it or not a rocket scientist, so I'm not very good at putting together. But what we'll do is we're going to have a look at some of the ones that I have done, and build a brand new one from scratch and see how we go. So let's load in, which one did I... it works. Right, this is possibly the one that I made before. Fuck. Yep, this is it. So this... oh, fucking hell, it looks so big. This ridiculously sized spaceship. Fucking Nora. This is what I built originally. I think this was when I was going for sort of like more thrust power to get the whole weight of all the fuel tanks and stuff actually up into the air, over probably practicality and actually getting it anywhere. But it's called, it works, so I've totally forgotten as whether it does or not, but I assume it does, as that's the name of the game. So what we'll do is we're just going to put these stages into the same stage as the initial solid fuel boosters, which should be the ones around the outside. Let's put those actually in the first stage, so we get some initial lift, and then we can switch to some of the other... oh Christ, fuck it, let's just go to the launch pad and see how we go. Now I do get pretty frustrated when it comes to these, because usually you'll fall apart immediately, and oh my god, that looks so ridiculous. Okay, well, let's just see how it goes. I can't remember if this one actually does work or not, but hopefully... fucking hell, it's under... look at how much weight is on it already. Christ almighty. Right, so we throttled up. We'll turn on the SAS. Not the military guys, obviously. Oh, fuck it. Let's just press space and just launch this motherfucker. Here we go. Oh, Christ almighty. Well... oh, my guy survived. That's kind of a bonus. Yep, he's still chilling on the old landing pad there, which is brilliant. Everything else fucking died though. So let's just go back to balls. I'm not dealing with that one again. That's just fucking chaos, and I'm not trying to strip it down or anything like that. So what we'll do is we'll just build a new one from scratch. See if we can actually... oh fuck, forget that. Right. Okay, new. Let's just see if we can actually get into orbit, say. If we can get into orbit, I'm not really bothered about returning or putting a space shuttle up there, space station or anything. Let's just see if we can actually build something that will get us to space. That's the main thing. So we want fuel. We want fuel, plenty of fuel. Where's the fuel? That one's 18. That one's... okay, that'll do. We're going to need something light to get us up there initially. And then we will bash on an engine. There we go. We need a command pod for our little chappie to sit in, and we will also maybe get some, I don't know, some kind of liquid fuel engine. Yeah, let's just bash a couple of these on here as well. A little bit of extra thrust, so we'll have 2 of those. Now this is probably going to be like the most basic rocket that's ever been made, but as it's really, really light and the thrust should be fairly decent, it should hopefully give us enough to get into orbit, which is only the aim of the game at this point. So we will slap on a bit of support just to... oh god. Okay, there we go. Right, so it's only going to be one stage, and that's going to decouple the supports, and it's going to fire all the boosters, and hopefully, as it's a dead small, dead light little thing, it should just launch us straight into space. So let's head to the launch pad and see how we go. Or it might just turn out that it actually just fucks up halfway and just flies back into the floor. But it certainly looks a lot smaller than the last behemoth that I had on there. So we'll throttle this bad boy up. We'll launch little Doden right here. We'll launch him into space. Come on, here we go. This is the one. Fire. Oh, brilliant. There we go. Look at that. Flying up. Brilliant. So we've got plenty of propulsion. Fucking hell, we're going for it. We've got loads of acceleration. Got plenty of propulsion. Fuel, we're down to about half already. Oh shit, the bed. We're getting there, but dear. We haven't even broken out of the atmosphere yet. This black section on the atmosphere bar at the top of the screen, that's space. And we've run out of fuel. So we managed to get 40-odd thousand metres into the air. That's not too bad. Unfortunately, though, I didn't actually fit it with a parachute, which means that poor little Doden here is going to make one hell of a trip back down to Kerbal, unfortunately, as he's just going to go back and we'll save him the horror of just going splat on the floor. So that worked, plenty light enough. We had a good amount of acceleration. Fortunately, we didn't have enough bloody fuel, so we ran out of fuel halfway. Now, what should happen is these are connected into the fuel tank. The fuel that is going into the main booster at the bottom should also link into these two here. So, what we might need to do is pop another fuel tank. Oh shit, the bed, that one's a bit bigger. There we go. We'll pop another fuel tank on there. It's looking a bit penisy at the moment, so we'll make that a little bit higher, so it's a little bit more rocket-esque. There we go. Now, there might be some sort of external fuel storage that we've got, which should hopefully do the same thing and just sort of like auto-transfer into the main fuel tanks here. So let's see if we can find some of that. Next page, what's on here? It's got liquid fuel in it, monopropellant. Right, so it's all monopropellant, that's not good. We need liquid fuel, that's what we need. Any storage tanks? No. Maybe we can just make like an Apollo kind of rocket. Just something that's nice and big and beefy. Plenty of fuel. Shouldn't hopefully be too heavy. It's only got a mass of 4.5, whilst these ones have only got a mass of 2.25. So with the amount of thrust that's coming off the booster at the bottom, actually if we upgrade the booster and slap a bit of a better one, so that one's got max thrust of 200, it's 220, 50, 30. Have we got anything with a bit more? 150, 215, 650, fuck me. Right, that is a beast. So hopefully that doesn't burn through all the fuel immediately, but it certainly might give us a bit more propulsion. So here we go, let's take this bad boy out to the launch pad. It still looks a little bit penisy, but don't worry about it. No one's going to be judging. If we get it into space, that's all that matters. So the weight isn't going to be too much of an issue. We've got everything set for the stages. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Screaming up. Penis rocket. Oh. Brilliant. Seem to be losing the... Oh, fuck. The steering's all weird and shit. Oh, fuck. Do you know what? We were getting decent distance then. Unfortunately, though, I can't steer it back. Oh, balls. I managed to just aim it at the floor. Fucking hell. Well, that was going well up until so that one's, he's only going to die again in that one, so I'll spare him the horror. But what we'll do is we'll add on some kind of, there's these SAS things which help steer, they like auto steer the ship. So what we can do is we can slap one of those in. Where are you? Docking ports, science vessels. Yeah, I mean, the actual, what you can do is you can actually build like space stations and stuff actually in orbit and, you know, go out and do missions to other planets and stuff, which is just fucking really cool. But as I've, to be honest, had, I've always had trouble sort of breaking orbit, and I've managed to get to the moon but haven't landed on it. So hopefully this module that I've added in will help with the steering. Let's see if we can get these on a better angle for support. There we go, that looks a bit more technical. We seem to have plenty of fuel, so we might quadruple these bad boys up. And if we have... Actually, if we have those there, then what we'll do is we'll add decoupler in between the two fuel tanks. So where's the decoupler gone? Structural... there we are. So what will happen this time is that the main fuel booster at the bottom will use the fuel from these 2 tanks, which hopefully should get us a fair distance into the actual air. And then we can decouple, using this new module that I popped in here, decouple all the weight from the bottom 2 when these run out of fuel. This fuel tank at the top will kick in, and then these sort of smaller thrusters will then kick in and hopefully take us through into orbit. So we just need to rearrange the stages a little bit. So we want to have... Alright, so that one needs to be number 1 there. Okay, so now what will happen is the initial stage will decouple this, find the main booster, and then when we decouple, which it needs to be there, so we press space again, it will decouple the bottom modules, and then we've got these boosters at the top. Now, again, it's kind of a bit top heavy, as it might sort of list off slightly like it did before, but hopefully this new unit that we've added on here will help with the actual steering of it. It should be like an auto steer kind of thing. It should keep you in a straight line. So let's go back to the pad and see how the penis ship Mark II holds up. So okay, let's throttle up. Come on, there we are, throttles up. There we go. Okay. Now this could work really, really well, and I could be a genius. I'm Dr. Oppenheimer, or I'm just going to kill our man again. So here we go. Oh, okay. We've got. Let's just turn the SAS on. That will help with the steering. So we've got good fucking lift from that main booster at the bottom. It's burning through the fuel, but we've still got about half a tank left. We're already at 13,000 meters in the air. This is good, we're getting good distance, we're getting good height. And there's no real issue with the acceleration on this, it's taking us straight up. So now we are out of fuel, we'll decouple that, activate the secondary boosters, and hopefully, that should be enough to clear us into space. So we're getting there, we're 41,000 metres up at the moment. So we're on the way. The blue sky is displayed now. Heading into the unknown regions. Oh shit, we're breaking through the atmosphere. However, we've got virtually no fuel left. Oh, see, we're hitting the atmosphere, we're burning through. But we've literally just run out of fuel. Now, that hopefully might be enough to sort of keep on, with the force that we've got going behind us, it might keep us going, but we are still climbing. We're free of the gravity. Oh, come on. Come on, if we can just get through into the into orbit, that's all that matters. Oh, we're slowing down. Oh dear, we're losing momentum now. We've got a pretty good fucking height though. We're almost in space. I think if I did actually turn to an angle when I was about halfway up, it hopefully might have helped with the sort of breaking free of the orbit, as instead of going literally directly straight up, which is what we've pretty much done. But we are still breaking free of the atmosphere. So this isn't actually too bad going, really. Considering it's only like 2 fuel tanks, and then this main fuel tank here, which is obviously like immediately emptied. But this is, we're still going, we're still heading upwards. I'd say this is a pretty good attempt. This is only like the 2nd attempt. The fucking beast that I built before, that, oh god, that took hours to build, and it was shit, and it doesn't even get off the launch pad without exploding. So the fact that we've just got a couple of fuel tanks and a couple of boosters, and we're basically in space. See, look, there's the moon over there. This is a pretty good attempt, as it goes. I mean, we cannot steer or anything now. We are basically just propelling ourselves into space, and that's basically it. There's no more fuel, no more thrusters, there's nothing else left. But we could certainly get our little guy out, and he can have a look about. Here he is, on his command module. I don't know how the fuck he fitted in there with a head that big, but never mind. But this is pretty good. This is pretty good going. I think we've basically cleared. We're still turning away from the old planet, so we haven't done too badly at all. Brilliant. Well, what we can do is we can try and figure out a way of adding more thrust onto there without taking too much away from the mass, as obviously that booster got us way up straight away. So getting rid of that excess weight as soon as those fuel tanks were brilliant. However, what we might need to do is maybe, let's just lift that up a bit, if we take out this fuel tank and add in one with a bit more weight, a bit more fuel in it. Fucking hell, that's quite big. No, that was a bit too big, I'd say. Well, this isn't too bad going, but I think we'll certainly leave that for this episode. So thank you all for joining. Hopefully we can try and get our lovely little Kerbals into space another day. But the Penis Rocket Mark IV, we'll call it that. Penis Rocket Mark IV, brilliant. That is going to be the one that's going to take our little Kerbins into space, hopefully. So hopefully I can add a few more bits onto this and we can actually get into orbit, maybe think about a trip to the moon, or if we want to start getting ambitious, we can think about probes and space stations and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I'm just not that good at it. So the Penis Rocket Mark IV kind of works. It's a bit awkward looking, but never mind. It got us basically into space, but with nothing left over. So thanks all for joining us. Hopefully we'll do a few more of these. If not, take care. Bye-bye.